My name is Dan Bruder, and I'm CEO and co-founder of Blendification. And this is a quick overview of the AI strategy consultant and how AI can enhance your ability to plan and execute on your company's future. There are three phases to AI strategic planning that we're going to go through. The first phase is pre-planning, and that starts out with building your company profile in the AI strategy consultant software. Fortunately, AI does this for you. So when you sign on, AI will generate your full company profile that you can review and change. AI will conduct a detailed interview asking each employee about their opinions relative to strengths and weaknesses, some external impacts, and what they think the company should do. No two interviews are exactly alike. So the interviews really make up a bunch of data, and you can go in and see each interview, summary and full interview, so that you can understand what each person is saying, the full context of the interview. So all of the interviews and the profile, all of that is used to develop strategic analysis using what we call the strategy whiteboard, which has an external and an internal block. So all of these factors are highlighted here based on the interviews and the profile. So AI generates the strategic analysis, and then AI generates the strategic focus around what we call 4 strategic focus lenses: customer, product, operations, and people. And this is through and using the strategy whiteboard. The next phase is the strategic planning phase, and this is where the executive or leadership team comes together in a traditional meeting and builds out the entire strategy whiteboard. And that's what you're looking at right here, is a strategy whiteboard with a series of blocks. You'll see external and internal because we've already talked about them from the AI strategy consultant in the pre-planning phase. So now the leadership team gets together and fills out the rest of the blocks, identifying clear customer and market focus and outcomes using the data and information that came out of the pre-planning phase. That was the interviews, and then moving on to product, operations, and people. And we call these focus lenses, by the way, and these are the lenses through which we look at the company. Now, to support this, each person in the organization who has access to this and will be part of the planning phase has the ability to update any of these blocks, and if you click on these blocks, they open up and so forth. But in order to support this, within the app are a few things that need to be considered. First, there are workbooks that can be used to facilitate meetings in order to create the strategic outcomes you're looking for. So there's basically facilitation guides and so forth. Then there is a virtual consultant that has a whole series of videos that can be used to support anything you need to know related to developing your strategy using the strategy whiteboard. And there's roughly 120 videos embedded in this app. Now, these videos are only a couple minutes long, so they're not going to take your whole day. But if you have a question, there's probably a video that talks about that, and there's examples and everything you want to know. And then there's also the AI Assist. You can ask the AI anything you want, and you can get an answer, and it will give you answers to what is a strategic outcome. Or you could even go so far to say, can I have some customer and market or product strategic outcomes, or even strategic focus? And you can see what AI can pull and help you, because it's going to assist you in the process. The final phase is the one that never ends, and that is strategic execution. And in the strategy whiteboard, that is under the implementation side. What you first do is you create what we call roots groups, and those are teams or internal peer groups around customer and market, product, operations, and people. So you create small peer groups that are responsible for executing the strategy and achieving the outcomes that the leadership came up with. So the first thing they do is identify the strategic actions that need to take place in order to achieve the outcomes. And that's what the roots groups do. But that's not good enough. They still have to get together and meet on a regular basis. So there's a whole series of meetings and a full strategy execution meeting structure inside the app. It starts out with roots groups meetings, and then there's connection meetings where the roots groups connect to the leadership team. There's calibration meetings where the leadership team recalibrates. These are all structured and scheduled within the software so that you don't have to worry about putting this on your schedule. It happens automatically. And then destination meetings. So each meeting has its own meeting flow. Notes, decisions, and actions are captured here. So essentially what you're doing is you're creating transparency in strategy execution throughout the organization. So that was a short demo on the 3 phases of using AI to facilitate, foster, and complete a more comprehensive, effective, and useful strategic platform for the organization. The first phase was pre-planning, and that's where we interviewed everybody. The second phase was where the leadership team came together and finalized everything. And the third phase was disseminating that information and getting more people involved in the execution. So now we have this circular process where more people are involved in both the planning and execution of the strategy through AI, because it gives us the ability to reach out and touch many more people than we've ever been able to do.